Namco Museum is a compilation game series created by Namco. It features some of the best Namco games, some of the worst Namco games, and some of the most obscure Namco games. And it's released for almost basically any console after the PS1. However, on the Nintendo Switch, there lies two Namco Museum games that aren't really Namco Museum games. Fart Smacker, you're an idiot. These are clearly Namco Museum games. They're called Namco Museum Archives, for Christ's sake. Well, I'd agree with you if it wasn't for the fact that they're not called that in Japan. They're actually called Namco Collection in Japan, and they're actually a single game. And I said actually too much in that sentence. Now, there's two ways to buy these collections in Japan. You got the physical version, which is Volume 1 of Namco Museum Archives, and Hell on Earth. In Japan, you have to buy each individual game separately and download a free application to play those games. Honestly, this business model is really stupid, and I wish this wasn't the case for Japanese players, but oh well. The free game that comes with Namco Collection is Wagon Land, and yeah, there's nothing to say about Wagon Land, it's just a basic platformer. I also read that it got pulled at one point because it gave customers the wrong game, so yeah, oopsie daisy. Now you must be wondering why on God's green earth these are the NES games and not the God-intended arcade games. Well, that's because Japanese players prefer the NES games compared to the arcade games, so that's why these are the NES games. Now you must be wondering why this is Namco and not Namco. Well, Namco appears in almost every single Namco NES game. Why is that? Namco is the home division of Namco, and as a little fun tidbit, Namco stands for Nakamura Manufacturing Company. Now you must be wondering, what are my thoughts on these games? Well, if I wanted to play the arcade games, I'd play the arcade games, and some of the originals in this collection aren't really that fun to me, so... And also, yeah, some of them are on NES Online, so that's pretty funny. But I do know this was made with love and care, because M2 did the emulation for this, and they are really good at Sega Genesis emulation, so Godspeed M2. But you can already play the superior arcade versions of these games on the actual Namco Museum for the Switch, Arcade Archives, and Pac-Man Museum Plus. So, unless you're a collector, I probably wouldn't get this collection. Or if you really like the NES games that come with this, I personally don't care for them, but, you know, maybe you do. Well, that was a fun video, wasn't it? You also may have noticed that I'm Fart Smacker now, and not Fart Knocker. Recently, I learned what Fart Knocker meant, and I don't want that to be tied to my channel, so I've decided to re-edit my old videos to have the Fart Smacker name, as well as update my YouTube channel, and my entire online presence as a whole. So by telling you here, I hope to alleviate any confusion you may have had about the sudden rebrand, so bye-bye.